There we go.
Cheese is worth the death.
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
I'm with
Hi,
Mooch on
everyone.
this
We're
one.
trying.
Worth it.
Is it really? You've already tried to off yourself once this month with cheese.
I wish
Let's
that
not
it
have a
was
repeat
2
event.
weeks.
Well,
It
this
was
is a
2 weeks
spectacular
of
start, and I
deep-
didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks of deep upset, and it was completely worth it. It has the last year ahead. Yeah.
Okay, jingle, 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 please. It is 7:48. Come on.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, also, thank you for 42.
You're welcome.
Midnight cheese.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
All right. Hello everybody. Welcome back to And We Went Out Roving, where today apparently we are getting sidetracked very easily by all sorts of miscreants, misdemeanors, and who knows what else. Last time we left off, our group had met with a few representatives from Waterdeep and from Silvery Moon, and had been basically granted a special police badge at that point in time, a special cop badge to go and continue to investigate. And now, with the authority of Waterdeep and Silvery Moon, who is behind this whole continual cultish uprising events as of late.
I kind of
And-
hate that we're associated with cops now.
Yeah.
You just say PI badge and let it be done.
But where's the fun in that?
Why would you do this to us?
Oh,
Gets
But,
staring
yes.
down at his hands. I am the ACAB.
indeed.
I hate all of this.
For now, I mean, you may very well get the chance later to throw the badge in somebody else's face and say, "No, we don't work for you anymore." So there is that.
Anything's possible if you believe.
Anything is possible. But with that, you would all return to your carriage, where you had then taken an evening's rest after Allegan took a bit of point of time in swearing an oath to a newfound font of magic, as well as also then receiving a letter and package of diagrams and alchemical formula from Sam. At which point in time, then, the day is now opened to our fine compatriots to figure out, and after having been provided with the writ to prove that they have now authority vested in them by Waterdeep and Silvery Moon to conduct investigations with that authority of those two great powers, the question now remains as to where do you all head next? A couple options and path lies. You know that there is a few different traveling paths out from Emrys itself. You can head directly to the north and head towards Obel, and then towards Blackblade. You can head a little bit more north and then to the east, heading towards and then turning north towards Derlesk. So, what is the discussion as for how you would all like to proceed? You can also spend a little bit more time in Emrys in case there are any additional supplies or items that you wish to acquire. You also know that you do have a signet sigil now that acts as a one-time teleportation use to this acquired safe house for all of you, if you so need it, and as a place to develop in terms of a location and locale, so that you can all have a safe place for respite in case you would so need it. So, what would you like to do?
Okay, so staying in Emrys as long as we have to is not
No,
predicted.
I want to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah. Ryo would want to go back to Derlus, but he knows full well that he now has property in Thur.
Yes, you do.
It might be a decent time to actually head over there, and we could probably make that the safety house, since it's between Deerlusk and Yalash, and we would still have some riverways to make it to any of the other major many of the other major cities in the border kingdoms that we can't just sail around.
Also true.
What are y'all thoughts?
We do have a few things we do need to check up on in Yulash, but we've also got things we need to do north.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's more dangerous for us to go back to Yelash than it is to just inquire.
Fair enough. Considering that there are several people watching the doctor and a lot of people watching you now, Terrace.
Yes, but I've also not heard from few people. And that's concerning.
Can they take care of themselves? Are the people you're talking about, or are they other people?
I'd like to hope at least one of them can.
I mean,
But-
if you want, we can go back, but I would not recommend it with our notoriety.
Market for fame, it looks like.
Well,
More infamy, but yes.
what other tasks do we have on our list before we get too wrapped up in things?
Well,
Hey.
we...
You first.
No, you go.
Alright. I still need to figure out what's going on. I still need to figure out what's going on with Nork and all the other stuff that happened in Dear Lusk. He has a place, aside from the place that we live, there's also a safe house where he gets all his correspondence and a few other places I'd like to check as well.
So we go north to Derlask and work our way back around to Yulash.
The bad idea?
Alright, but I think the first thing we need to do before we leave. What did you do with that horse, by the way?
Oh, the horse, we stored our two horses, the cart horse and a terrace's horse, with the cart, I thought. It's been getting taken care of and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Well, which is it's the card and stuff is still actually here within the, like you're still there at the.
But yeah, it's in the field.
It's in the lot with, it's in the field with you because you didn't want to pay the 10 gold per day
Yeah,
storage within Emrys itself.
yeah.
That would have added up really
A
fast.
terrace
Yes.
would have been like doing that at the end of each day, taking care of them.
The
Right, I
horses?
consider that
Yeah.
is part of like the long rest stuff.
Alright. But okay, so there's that. I think the I think the last thing that Ryo would want to do before he leaves is just get one more postcard.
All right. Cost you just a couple of copper, nothing too serious. Do you have a person that you're intending to send it to, or are you just getting it as part of a just kind of a package to hold for the moment?
So, first one he would actually have for himself. The second one, I think he's going to send it to Aloe.
Okay.
And is just is I just is I just saying another adventure completed. Keeping your folks safe.
Now, this is a question. Where do you address it to in For Aloe? Do you address it to the Yalawash Academy? Do you address it to one of the professors in hopes that they pass along to Aloe?
Oh, Raya is going to get Sam's address. Elegant.
Yes.
Hey, can you do me a solid, Doc?
Terrifying question. Why?
I need so this is gonna sound really weird. I need Sam's address.
His face kind of clouds over more. Why do you need that?
Because I think Sam is the only other person you might trust to give this to Aloe. And he just holds up the postcard.
Hey.
Because let's be honest, most of the correspondence that's going to be looked at is anything with your name on it. As you can see, neither your name or Terrace's name is on there. Just one Raya.
Honestly, that is pretty fair. Fine. And he'll give Sam's address to Raya with some trepidation.
Do you give Sam's personal address, or do you give the address within the academy?
The one in the academy. I'm not.
I don't think we're good enough. We're that cool to be like, hey, so your best friend. Can I get their personal address for no reason whatsoever? I'm not sending them a bomb. Just...
I love the fact that Raya would be able to convince, I'm not sending them a bond.
I hadn't even considered that, but it also sounds so like Raya.
No, it's one of Allegan's very few friends. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Realized that Raya could very much so just engage in the whole, like, yeah, I'm just going to be mailing bombs to all sorts of different people.
He can, he won't.
Yeah, no, he's a good soul.
Yeah. But, yeah, that is done with it. Oh, They're gonna check for illusory script, right?
Yeah, probably.
Forget it. Forget it. I'll just go ahead and just leave it as is. And just send it.
Alright. If you have a specific message you want to add along with that, just go ahead and DM it to me.
Okay.
But alright. Is there anything else that either Terrace or Allegan are doing here within Emrys?
Terrace is gathering more supplies for the horse and cart, but other than that, I think that's everything.
Okay. You have enough money at that point down that's kind of negligible. I would say probably you could spend 10 gold easy and get plenty of food.
Easy.
The next
then for you, Allegan?
Do we want to take up my friend on their offer? Because I remember Lucasius had offered to let us travel with was it Silverhand? What was her name? I'm pulling
Is she able to do entire horse and cart, or would it just be us?
Yeah, I don't know. That was my question. We had till the end of the
Serene
day.
Eversteel.
Gotcha. I wanted to.
He would. he could only do people. He could not do a horse and cart.
I mean, do we need the horse and cart?
I'm not leaving my horse behind.
What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on again? What are you trying to do?
Also, are you really? Do you really want to leave all of this behind? And Terrace will motion to all of Allegan's boxes of stuff.
Allegan pauses for a moment, considers the fact that the coffee machine is still in there, as well as that extra coffee. No, I do not.
Then on the road we go. Perhaps we can pick you up a cushion for the cart on our way through.
Kind of perks up at that.
Are you going to bedazzle out your cart now at this point in time?
Look, yeah.
Get a couple cushions, get some nice, like, fine silk banners at the point in time, replace the canvas top with something a little bit nicer, finer, get some fine stitched embroidery.
Terrace will complain at that because it's not going to be weatherproof.
Oh, weatherproof stuff for sure.
If you want to put down like 10 gold to bedazzle your wagon, or you could theoretically at this point, if you have enough money, you could also theoretically at this point in time have enough money in order to actually buy a proper like carriage, if you so wish.
I mean, getting a like legit container, like a legit carriage would be really useful. Just for like storage and transportation.
Just nothing too gaudy, otherwise we'll make ourselves even bigger targets, and we already are.
What are our options, DM?
I am pulling up the PHP right now as to what a... I mean, it's a trader's town, so there are certainly wagons, carts, and carriages of all types for sale, and I'm assuming also in various levels of ostentatiousness.
Yeah, I'm looking for like just a solid wooden wagon that's not too fancy.
Well, do you want a wagon or do you want a carriage?
Or
Two different things.
Well, if we can get a good like transportation, like a traveler's wagon is what I'm thinking. Something that is meant to be on the road for long periods of time, but has some homely accoutrement to it.
So a wagon is very much so like kind of like the classic traveler's wagon, where it has the canvas top over at the point down, while an actual carriage is something. It is much finer, and it has actually fine like sturdy oak wood paneling, things like that at that point in time. Okay. I would say also, which a wagon is 35 gold pieces. A carriage is 100 gold pieces. I would say for an additional 50 gold pieces, you could get like one that has a retractable awning, or like a fold-out awning that you could have like pitch out at that point in time.
Okay. I think something of that nature would do us way better.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to do like 150 gold pieces, you can get a fairly nice carriage that's not super gaudy, it's not the all black 6 black horses, just fine count.
Oh man.
No, we're not riding in Dracula's pimp mobile, okay?
For now.
But we could.
For now. What do you mean for now?
I like that in this situation. This is Raya going, no, we're not getting this. Allegan's just like, but think of the carriage, and Terrace is just like, horses.
Horses.
First things first. First things first. Not even getting to that. Those are beautiful black. It's like those are beautiful black silky. It's like silky fur horses right there. Those are gonna cost a pretty penny in and of itself right there. Second, there's like that black wood right there is not things that you usually get naturally, or if you do get it naturally, they're from trees that aren't around here. So that's gonna be a premium as on top of that right there.
I will
Oh
not
my
take
God.
advice about purchases from a man who used to wear a yellow hat and a flaming coat.
Oh, you want to know what's really funny about that? I got that hat for free.
That is the least surprising thing about the quality and
Yeah,
appearance of that head.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I ended up getting
Yeah.
your coffee maker for 75% of the price that it actually is right there.
In
Because
the
I
time
am
that these
good
guys
at
are
haggling.
arguing, I've bought the other carriage, the more
so you-
reasonable one.
Please, you bought a fairly nice traveler's carriage. It's one that is more built for long-term travel at the point in time. It's not like a fine city carriage, which has like kind of the gilded and the embroidered. These have thicker wheels. They have the thicker wheels. They actually have like padded interiors and like where there's like cushions. There has additional cargo space as well as also curtains and areas for the stuff to be drawn out, packed up, and so that offers additional shade and things like that. So your 2 horses can suffice for it. You can also buy additional ones if you so wish. Not a difficult thing here. But yeah, that would cost you basically 150 gold pieces.
We'll
And it's a
grab
nice carriage. It's not.
we will grab one more horse because that way we've got the 2 actual cart horses that can pull the carriage. Plus, if we ever need to like leave the cart behind for a period of time, there is a horse for everyone then.
All right. So is this a riding horse or a draft horse?
This will be a draft horse. It's not as good as a riding horse, but it'll be good in the few moments that we may need a horseback stuff.
Okay, so get a draft horse, which is 50 gold. Here is 60 gold pieces.
Okay, so
As
210.
well as also buying it. Yep, and then
Plus-
buying the additional buying the additional bridle and saddle and things like that is an additional. You would want a riding, not a necessary. Well, would you want a military or a riding saddle?
Riding.
Then that would be another 10 gold pieces, and that includes the bit and bridle.
Okay. Done.
Okay. All right. So you have all of you at this point in time have now this. Any last things to do here in Emrys before you all depart?
Nah, we're good.
I think we're good.
I wanted to pick up that spell at.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the reverse gravity.
Yes.
Right, at Workins you can go ahead and pick up the reverse gravity without too much issue. Is there anything else that you would want to see if you could find while you were there?
No, that is all of my money.
All right, so that is 6,000 gold pieces.
It's a lot of money, but it's worth it.
Even with the money from our
with the transaction
frickin'
we got from the wait, is that all your winnings?
There shouldn't be all the winnings because like that's
It's all
a
the money
lot
I'm
of.
willing to spend here.
That's fair.
You know what? Your life has been spared. I was about to. Oh.
No, with that I have. You said it's 6,000 gold.
6,000.
Okay.
Because normally magical items of that level are like around 12 to 15,000, but because it's consumable, it's technically half cost.
Yeah, I've still got some platinum left. Okay.
Easy. All right.
All right. So, at this point in time, you all gather up your items and individuals and set out from Emrys. Let me just double check. All right, so it's probably about like mid-morning or so by the time you all get underway, heading out of Emrys at this point in time, and you can definitely tell that there's the roads heading out are quite well packed. You can see that there are a couple of different, many different like wagon trains that are heading out. Are you all heading with a wagon train, or are you like safety numbers, or are you taking more kind of your own soloed path at that point in time?
Is there a bit of a caravan heading over to Derelisk?
You can certainly inquire.
Most likely, but do we
Right on.
want to risk those innocent people if we come under attack?
Fair. Huh, well, at the very least, I'm not traveling by myself this time. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right, so you'll take one of the more like kind of direct roads at this point in time, but it's one of those trails and roads that's a little bit more bumpy, not as easy on the heavier wagon, like easy on the larger wagon, caravan wagons at the point in time, and kind of cut through a secondary part. Can I have someone go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please?
Okay, here we go. 19.
19. There's luckily for all of you, because of this, how you're close you are to the city at this point in time, that there is not any current, at least heavy activity at this point. So for that, you're able to move on past and head out from Emrys without too much issue before you eventually come up to your first crossroads. The travel itself has been fairly steady so far. And what you can see at this point in time, there is a sign splitting two ways. One that points north towards Awwor, and there's another one that points to the right that says Owlhold. That says the Owlhold, where of banditry, beyond the lands of the barony of Blacksaddle.
We needed to go
Didn't you
through
take the
Obel,
banditry?
didn't we?
Oh wait, did we?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So Obel and Bluckleblade are two very much so options. Those areas are more known for a little bit of like the more seedy areas in terms of not banditry, but black markets, shady connections, and things and like. Before you get up to like Thor and similar, while up and around towards Derelisk, through the barony of Blacksaddle in Derelisk, is it's a little bit more of a wild man's domain. So it depends upon if you want to deal with a little bit more technically quote-unquote civilized individuals, or if you want to deal with something that's a little more on the wild terrains heading up towards Derelisk.
Let's get a little bit wild. We haven't actually got wild in a little bit.
Wild it is.
All right. Then, so I'll take the right-hand path and begin your trek out through the Taladuth Vale. All right, so you get to the edge. By the end of this point in time, you can probably get just to the edge of the Taladuth Vale and the Owlhold when night fully kind of comes upon you at this point in time. You all set out, break camp, and how are you all taking watches this evening? Are you all doing 3-3-3? Are we doing 4-4-4? Are we doing? Is someone taking 2 watches?
I think Raya will take. I think Raya will take first and last watch.
You're a fucking psychopath. Why would you do that?
What? I was like, what? You think I can't do it?
No, I think that it is insane to take 2 separate shifts that are not next to each other. Just do a double.
You need to ensure,
Yeah.
especially with this path, that you're having enough rest. Don't get yourself exhaustion.
All right. Fine. So I'll take the I'll take the first shift.
All right.
Terrace can take the darkest shift, and Allegan can take the last one.
All right.
Yeah.
Then, Terrace, can I have you go ahead and roll me a d20, please?
A 7.
7. The night passes by uneventfully. The stars looking out and around are beautiful up above. And a warm wind blows coming out from the Sha'ar for the moment, but there's definitely the starting bit of touch of frost and rain in the air. It's definitely approaching the more wintry months, and definitely, at least with the getting closer towards the Lake of Steam, that the weather and storms can appear quickly, and rain can come fairly often. But the first day passes by without any issue, and you all now enter into the Owl Hold. Terrace, if you can go ahead and Terrace and Raya, the two of you can go ahead and make history checks for me, please.
Do I roll straight or disadvantage?
I would say you could roll straight for this one.
Yay!
21.
Gotcha.
21,
17.
21.
21.
21 and 17. All right. Oh, can I hear you? Where are you? There we are. Don't need you. And you can close. All right, let's see what the weather is like for the day. Sure enough, as the weather has overnight, the clouds have begun to blow in, and there is certainly a wetness in the air. And it's not fully raining quite yet, but there is definitely the feeling of the edge of a storm either passing through or nearby above you. You can see the long grasses swaying the breeze as you set out on the road into the Owl Hold once more. But for you, Terrace, you would know that this is a typically less well-traveled area. It's thickly wooded, as it was once part of the Korth Forest. It's a rolling, many-ridged land of hedges, vines, hanging moss, and ever-present shade. The air is damp, and many nameless lanes twist and turn. You would know that at least more than one traveler has gone astray within this area without paying fully attention of the different passages through here. Tales are told of caravans swallowed and lost forever in the green, tangled heart of Owlhold. And for you, Terrace, you're fairly certain at least two of them are true. Bogs and brigands are the real perils of Owlhold.
Okay.
All right, so you all head on into the Owlhold itself, and it's definitely a place very distinctly different from Emrys, which is a bustling city full of life and people and area. And this very quickly, as you can see, it is an area that most folks don't travel by nearly as much anymore, unless they are making a direct trip or in numbers from Emrys to Derelisk or otherwise. You can tell that probably a lot of people more likely head further north to Obel and then either take a river journey out through the swamps of the Korth Forest towards Derelisk, or head further north either to Blackwell Blade, then up to Thor, and take ship from there either to Derelisk or further lands beyond. You would know that many of the maps here are typically not fully accurate. No one's ever really mapped out all the various different places and locations within the Owlhold, and it's certainly possibly easy enough to get lost. So, as you all enter into this twisting, many-ridged and lane area of this once part of the Korth Forest, can I have someone, whoever is driving the carriage, to go ahead and make a survival check for me, please?
Survival check time.
Yeah, I was about to say that's gonna be a terrace.
We are sitting at a tasty 20.
A tasty 20. All right. So, with that, okay. So with that, you were able to kind of keep a fairly. You can definitely tell us where there's more of a safer path for Granted to be saved, like through along the main road and through the edges of the Owlhold itself. Much of the roads are, as I said, partially overgrown, like from the various different hedges, and it's clear where there's been points and signs of old battle in various different ways, shapes, and forms as you're heading on through. But overall, it's a not unpleasant journey as you're making your way through. As the rain, you can still keep track of the signs as you're heading on through, and as rain begins to fall in slow, plip, 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 and ironically, you are suddenly very thankful for the carriage rather than necessarily the open-topped cart which you had. Can I have someone go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please?
I'll
It's
get
your
it
turn.
this time. Ooh, a 19.
A 19. Can you go ahead and roll a d100 for me, please, Midge?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, so close. 64.
64. One moment. Not nice, but pleasant
Close.
enough. All right. I want you. You are here. Sensitively there. Oh, it's not that one. It's you. There's the random encounters. This is this. So we're here. You said 64, yes?
Correct. Or is it raining?
It is just beginning to very slightly rain. It's not a overloading heavy deluge. It's more of that small plum, 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 plum.
So the canopy's catching the majority of it.
Yes, well, you are a carriage, so it is. So you do have a hard wooden top at this point.
Oh, I meant like the canopy of trees.
Yeah, like it's you're still getting like some drip through the trees itself, and certainly, but it's the trees of themselves are mostly catching it. As you're all moving through the woods and the edge of the green at this point of time, you would Terrace. One thing, I'm assuming you were the one driving the carriage.
Yeah.
Eventually, you would see looks as you're driving through the trees. What appears to be at the edge of your vision, and kind of like off to one side of the road, what appears to be a small wooden hut of an odd make. While you're taking a look at it, and you would hear just kind of the continual sounds of chirping birds and things here and there. But it's certainly you've seen like enough different hovels and huts at this point in time to probably surmise that this is an old hermit's hut or medicine woman's, in some way, shape, or form, hatched along the way. But at least from what you can tell as you're passing on by, that it appears empty for the moment. And as you do come on, the carriage just kind of become rumbling on closer up. You would hear this faint shift and scutter, and you would see looks to be the head of a badger kind of poke its head out from the nearby brush and then disappear into it.
Ateris will keep an eye on things, but is going to keep moving forward with a polite nod of her head towards the hovel, just to be safe.
Sure. You pass on by without too much issue. Make a perception check.
Is plus 8. 24.
24. As you kind of bend and nod your head in terms of agreement or in terms of acknowledgement, you get the feeling that that at least one of the trees from that area almost bends its branches and crown in acknowledgement back.
Oh.
Oh.
And that's why we stay polite. Ateris will not alert the others to this because she doesn't want to freak them out and is going to continue on with.
Okay. So you continue on.
Mhm.
The travel continues and heads on at this point in time. Again, through the rain stays about the same. It's this constant drip, drip, drip through the trees at this point in time. Most of the leaves catching them, and there's enough moisture making through that it's occasionally these large droplets that kind of splat onto the main trail itself. Which that's the morning, and then we come to the afternoon. Can I have another survival check, please?
I can do it this time. Because I'm actually... Nope, not saying nothing.
I'm sure you probably like clamber up and let a Terrace take a spell in the seat for the carriage at this point in time. And
Yeah. Okay. I don't trust this. I got 21.
21. All right. 21. Heading further into the woods at this point in time, you're still able to kind of keep the path clear and like following along at one point in sections here and there. There's sections in where that rain has kind of caused a heavier mist to show up most of the time, just from the heat from the ground and the overcoolness of the rain to create a more almost heavy illusory effect. But you're able to help a Terrace stay on the main path itself. Could I have everybody go ahead and make perception checks, please?
Okay.
Fine.
All right. That's a 10, so that's 17.
I just wasted
17.
that 20 for a 28.
Ooh.
Perception 5.
Yes, 5. A Terrace for you then at one point in time. You would see off in the mist, like just barely catching glimpses and shapes of humanoid forms, and the faintest sound of almost sounds like laughter, just barely catching your ears as they're kind of following along the carriage before you eventually come to this what looks to be a fork in the road, one of which points towards Actually, it's a little more for it's 3 roads. One that says points towards Blotar, one towards Beldargan, and one to Obel. I would say with that perception check, you can also tell that there looks to be a small hidden path that's cutting off into the underbrush as well.
With that perception check, do I have an idea of what the laughter is?
I would say yes, because this is something that you've seen a couple of different times show up here and there, which is... Where are you? You would know that there's an individual who is within the Owl Hold who is reported as the ringleader for a group of laughter, rambunctious-filled, and young men that go by the name the Wildlings, while the individual who leads them is known as Sweetwater Oko.
That name sounds familiar. Do we know that name?
Wait
Yeah.
a
All
minute.
the way from the beginning.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, which actually
Oh.
I should change that, because now that should be...
I was on the bounty board, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Are we in the mood for
Which
bounty
you can-
hunting?
Might not be a bad idea to get a bit of extra coin and a bad person off the road.
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
Alright, Terrace is taking us on the hidden path.
Alright,
Well,
you taking the wagon onto the hidden path, or are you all kind of pulling the wagon onto the side and following the hidden path on foot?
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Zero context for what's happening.
I'd like to
Cat.
imagine that it's Raya yelling at, like, Yona or something, who is trying to steal something of his.
Yeah.
How-
Meanwhile, it's Sadine just
how
trying to
clear
do
is the
stuff.
path?
Not very. It definitely looks like it's not a path built for like carriage or wagon travel. It looks more like a horse path or actually give me a survival check.
Yeah. Survival check is an 18.
An 18. It's a path that looks like it's been traversed by foot or by it looks either deer or elk. You can't quite tell.
Okay. I'm hesitant to leave the carriage here with wildlings around.
Is like that is a bit of an issue right there. So I'd say we should go ahead and try to hide it somewhere at least. And Doc, you can still like alarm things, right?
Indeed.
Alright. So how about y'all go hide that real quick and I'll scout ahead.
Deal.
Okay. Keep an eye out, and if you
Okay.
hear laughter, prepare yourself.
But of course. And Raya just puts on the mask, pulls up, is and just walks off. Stealth check, I guess.
Stealth check.
Okay. Oh wait, I have advantage on this. I keep forgetting that I actually have advantage now because of Skulker. So so that is gonna be a 21.
21. All right.
Anyone?
21. So you head off into the underbrush itself at this point in time. Terrace and Allegan, while the two of you are pulling the wagon off the side, are you taking the horses with you or leaving the horses in the spots? They have certainly enough to graze.
Oh, before I forget, would Allegan allow me to take Yana with me?
No.
Okay, fuck you then. He's gone.
You can take Tannerel.
Wow.
That would actually be all right. Just gotta make sure that
Or my magpie.
He's is like I will take Tannerel.
Okay. I don't think we should take the two draft horses simply because I don't think they would have the agility in this area.
Okay.
But if we take a Terrace's horse, that should at least give us something.
All right. So you take a terrace. You take your horse. So, basically tie up the two draft horses in the wagon. The two of you want to go ahead and make a stealth check for the wagon for the carriage at this point in time to kind of hide it for its line of sight and things like that.
Is there anything you can do to aid in this? With your magic?
To stealth? I'm looking. I could create a distraction somewhere else.
That'd probably only come in handy if the alarm spell goes off.
Yeah.
22.
22. Even so, you're able to kind of pull it off into a section that's fairly well darkened and hidden at that point in time, and kept it in more of a low profile, certainly. So you were able to keep them out of the way, enough far off the road, and able to cover the tracks behind it, so it doesn't necessarily give you an immediate location as to where the wagon was pulled off to. And the two of you begin to head after in the direction of Raya. Yes, Midge?
Oh, I had a thought of a spell I could use, but it's good.
Would you like to?
I could use Presto to use, like, cover up some of the detritus.
Sure, I'll allow that. I would say then, Terrace, you can go ahead and make the check with advantage. You can roll again.
Okay. 23.
23. All right, so it gives a little bit of boost. Those can matter here. So you go heading off after Raya at this point of time, following along the smaller trail. For you, Raya, as you are heading along this more longer-ish, well-hidden trail at this point in time, go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
Okay. I'm rolling surprisingly well, and that worries me.
Death will come
22.
eventually.
22. You're able to maintain following this trail as it heads further into the owl hole itself. The trees get a little bit thicker and the rain begins dropping a little bit harder here and there. Not so much more there. It's more of a kind of a staccato rhythm now that kind of falls through and around the trees. But you're able to maintain hold of the path as it leads deeper into the underbrush. How far out are you going? Are you just continuing on?
No, he's going to stop. He's going to stop at a certain point and wait for Terrace and Alligan to catch up.
Sure, a couple hundred feet, quarter mile.
I would say a quarter mile, and he would have it so that Tannerel is easily in sight. He's not going to be anywhere near. He's not going to be in sight.
Sure.
Just in case anyone's watching.
All right. Go make a perception check for me, please.
There we go. All right, there it is. All right, so that is going to be a 14.
14. I would say that at that point, probably about not a quarter mile, maybe about 1,000 feet off the trail, your ears would just begin to pick up and catch the sound of the vague sound of a fiddle playing very faintly, and laughter just echoing through the trees, but you can't quite tell what direction from.
All right. Raya is just going to wait.
Okay.
I had to pause for a moment because I was like, what are you playing, minstrel?
Alright, so you kind of hunker down and wait for a moment. When you see Tanneril's ears kind of perk up and head, looking around, and you hear a giggle ringing around the trees around you. That says, "Possum, possum, caught in a tree. What are you doing there, searching for me?"
Quick question.
Yes.
Raya has blind sense. Would it have been close enough where he would have noticed someone sneaking up on him, or was that just they were there the entire time?
Your blind sight is 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's farther beyond than that.
Raya's gonna turn towards the direction of the voice.
You can't tell where the voice is coming from.
Hmm.
It seemed to kind of like bounce around the trees.
Hold on. I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this.
Sure.
Do either Ateris or myself hear this?
No, not quite yet. You're still a little bit further back.
As I'm walking through your neck of the woods, would you introduce yourself if you could?
Mayhaps, maybe, as a little treat. Let's say a game first, some hide and seek. You can invite your friends to play. After all, what is it not to be but frolicking gay? As the voice fades into the trees,
I
and you
hate this
hear
guy.
coming behind you what sounds the movement of a Terrace and Elegant, and
Cool.
the short clip clop of the horse's hooves.
All right, so someone knows we're here. Ursa, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
was that in common?
No, it was not.
It was in Sylvan, wasn't it?
It was in Sylvan.
Fuck. Okay. I think Raya doesn't really clock it until after the voice leaves. It was like, So, hi. So, got some news. You might not like it though.
Yes, I imagined from the tone of voice that you're not exactly excited.
Well, someone knows that we're here and has invited us for a game of hide and seek.
Please tell me you did not agree to it.
I didn't say anything to it yet. Also, a terrace.
Hmm.
It was in Sylvan.
Ateris will sort of nod.
like, like just that wordless nod, face shit. A terrace nod, face shit.
I would like to use one of Alekin's items, if I might.
Would you like to
Out of
use?
his pocket, Allegan pulls out 3 iron nails
Okay.
and passes one to each of the group, keeping the well, he has 5, but he gives 2 out to each of them.
Okay.
Raya takes the iron nail and he's going to. How is he going to do this? Pin it just under his family crest so that it's, if needs to, it could just press up against his chest or the side of his neck.
I get you.
Yeah. All right.
There are certain things in this world that Allegan hates the most, and the Fae are one of them.
All right. So
Terrace is going to call out in Sylvan.
Okay.
Laughing one, I'm not in the mood for games right now. Would you care instead for an exchange of words?
The voice echoes back through the woods and says, "Words are nice and full of thought, but games are fun, are they not?
Are
Take
you
a rest for a
afraid?
while. Let your worries slip away. Come join us for this day."
Hmm.
Afraid?
Forget the rest of them.
Not I. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
And care to tell me
It is
why
just
there is
but a
a
game.
bounty on your head?
My head? Certainly not. Oko's, maybe. But certainly more Prot.
Ursa, question.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear anyone walk up on me. I can't figure out where the voice is. We still can't figure out where that voice is coming from. Do we?
You can make another perception check.
All right. That's better. 22.
22. You would be able to tell with that about 30 or so 30 or so yards, kind of half hiding behind one of the trees, hands cupped around their mouth, looks to be hard to make it. Looks like to be a young man, probably in his mid-teens, kind of scrawny and gangly, like that awkward teenager growth phase. Dressed in hunting leathers, knife at his belt, buckskin shoes, and his skin is a brilliant mix of swirling greens and blues.
Hmm.
Isn't it Eladrin?
This distance you can't tell, and you have not had enough experience with either
Fair,
with elves
fair
and
enough.
Eladrin
Fair
to.
enough. Fair. No, no, you're right. You're right. So, how does Raya do this? Hold on. Okay. So, all right. Let's hope that these work like I think they do.
What are you considering?
How would the is like I would say the deck of illusions, but at the same time, I have no idea what could come out of that, and it could be things that seem like a very much a threat. So he's gonna let that be for the time being.
Right. So, Terrace, are you replying anything as to what the individual has
Yeah.
said?
I just didn't want to talk over Raya. Terrace. Well, if it's not you, but Oko, why not hand Oko over? Remove yourself of this trouble.
He cares for more than what we were asked. He cares for more than the simple task. A home he's given us, and so we shall stay.
Well, you can stay.
Brothers, he's...
Just take him away.
Oh.
What do you know of him and what he's done? Clearly, you'll know better than those that guard the different towns and similar and like. There's this irritation that creeps in. You can hear kind of the breaking of rhyme.
Quick question. Can Raya roll stealth again?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. That's a 30. Wait, I can roll at advantage. I forgot about that. No, it's still a 30.
Well, if you would permit a conversation rather than a game, perhaps we can clear the air.
I don't want a conversation. I want to have fun.
How close can Raya
You'll
get?
know better than any others that come on through. Now we're done.
You say that you do
Is it?
not have fun, but whose fault is that? Not yours.
You do not understand what they're... Do you speak Sylvan Midge?
I did. Well, let me double check. I know I speak one of the. No, I just speak Elvish. Never mind.
Then,
Oh, no, what the
unfortunately, you
fuck's
do
going
not
on?
understand what they're saying. My apologies.
How close can Raya get?
Well, so they're about 90 feet away from you, and with that, you would probably see that they kind of put their hands down and begin to kind of move quietly back once more through the forest. Make a perception check for me, please.
Uh, 18.
18. Yeah, they vanish into the wood.
Well,
Well.
do we
That is a shame.
continue? do we continue searching for Oko, or do we leave the Fae to their business for now?
I'd say we leave.
I would say with the 18 as well, right? You would hear the fiddle stop playing.
Shit. As soon as Raya hears that, he's like, he just flicks his earring, just like, yet now they know we're here.
They already knew we were here. But if they do not want a conversation,
then we leave.
We leave.
Ateris will give a bow and will turn the horse and leave. Start making
Right,
their way
you turn
out.
the horse around, and the path behind you has vanished.
That is okay. She is a ranger. She is going to make her own path back.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check, please. And Midge, for you, Allegan, like kind of turns around. You would see that path that you would just kind of like that small wandering path has also vanished. Like it has become overgrown, or bushes have shifted, and
21.
21. All right. You begin making your way through the underbrush, kind of here and there, and eventually, what you feel is like heading in the right direction back towards the road at this point in time. Anybody else doing anything while the Alteris is kind of making this her own path at this point?
I'm staying fairly close to a terrace and trying to keep an eye out for any more Fae shenanigans.
Sure thing. D,
One moment.
standing by.
Hmm.
Trust Fae bullshittery.
I mean, it's always in good fun.
Thanks, Cal.
Okay. Ryo walks after Ateris, but he says in Sylvan, through weft and weave, the fate guides. The conversation has shifted, turned in tides. Misunderstanding brought this game to an end. Maybe next time I'll find you, if you hide again. And he bows and leaves.
Ateris is going to sigh.
What? What?
Inviting games with Fae is not always the best thing for your own survival.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay. And that is... What is that? Where's my 4? Oh,
I ate it. I'm sorry.
You didn't eat shit.
Nom nom nom. Crunchy dice.
Okay. So that is... $21.
21.
They're 21.
Actually, just to be safe, can I use a boon?
Go for it. We've got 5.
Listen. Normally, I would just leave it, but this is potential
and
face
bones.
shit. That was a 6. So that's
27. You hear a ring of laughter. Well, it sounds like a faint, fizzy, high-pitched, almost like whistle, followed by a faint pop, and appearing in the air, like quite literally in the air, flying above you. Small wings on their feet and larger set of wings on their back. Now in more of this almost butterfly-esque fashion. That same green and blue-skinned boy. Probably he's maybe about 4.5 feet tall. A shock of brilliant ginger hair. A wide smile on his face as he says, "I accept! A game we shall play! Hide and seek of the day. Catch me and I'll take you to Oko. Or a conversation if you wish. Lose? Well, I get to turn your tongue purple."
Ateris is going to
So,
turn the
Ugh,
horse,
so- okay.
fingers pinching the bridge of her nose.
So, Raya. To be fair, all Raya was thinking of is the last thing he wants to do is leave Faye and Isamu because they still have to sleep.
We can't have nice things, right? This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, Raya, you wanted a game. Good luck.
All right. So, do we shake on it or?
You've already shook on it. And the game starts on the count of 3. And they disappear.
Very
Okay.
Eyes up,
Tell
gang.
me we're not all included.
Hey,
I don't want to be included in this.
you kind of.
Ateris is going to make a perception check.
Make a perception check.
24.
24. You'd be able to see what looks to be heading off to the left. What looks to be a very, very faint string of lights.
Okay.
Like almost like the point time you would have mistaken them for fireflies or some other evening bug, but you can tell that they, just in the pattern in which they kind of lay out, looks to be like a small path. Or at least a small trail.
Ateris will sort of give Tenoril a whistle. Fetch! And send Tenoril after them.
Quick question, Ursa.
Mhm.
No. Are the tree branches thick enough to parkour?
Yes.
Oh, this game just got 10 times more fun. Raya takes to the trees after Tenoril.
All right. Tenno races off, and Raya dashes up through the trees. So the two of them
Ateris
are now.
will pull Allegan up onto the horse and
Allegan
will
just gives
follow
a
after.
just a morose like look back to where the carriage is probably at, and it's just like, I could have been having coffee.
You're still welcome to go back and have coffee if you wish.
Everybody here will die, and there's a part of me that is beginning to be okay with that.
What, us dying, or that you're here?
Definitely not because I am here.
Ateris will laugh and kick the horse into a canter to follow after.
All right. So you've been following after Tannerel as Raya. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, please, as you begin to kind of grasp and dash and move through the different branches itself, which a number of them are fairly slick at this point in time from the rain and don't necessarily give the full grip that you're expecting, but they're certainly fair enough, a number of them. Just don't roll a 1.
I did not roll a 1. I thankfully roll advantage because of this armor. That is going to be 19.
19. You are moving pretty much just as quickly as Tannerel is, like following them through the trees, and this is very faint distance, like moving just and shifting of lights here and there. There are a number of different like birds that come fluttering up out of their different nests as you pass on by with sudden hoots and chirps and almost like heavy squawks, and you're fairly certain that at least one of them growls at you as you like sail on past through the trees. But as you do approach a nearby area, you can see that same faint trail of lights that Ateris had pointed out begin to dissipate, and you can hear in the distance them cantering slowly up behind. And you can see Tannerel sniffing around. And go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
All of us, or just Raya?
Just right at this point in time. I'm rolling for Tannerel personally. So.
All right. That is going to be 9 plus 7 is 16, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tannerel. All right. You at this point in time would get a little bit lost, confused. It's like trying to catch a different line of sight here and there before you see Tannerel kind of sniffing and snuffling around what looks to be like kind of the base of a tree and kind of like scratching at it, paw, 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 before you see them whoop, disappear.
Raya goes over to the. Does he look like he pushed at the tree and then disappeared, or
You would recognize that Tannerel blinked.
can I roll perception on that tree?
Perception, you may. And you're doing this as like Terrace and Allegan are riding up at this point in time.
All right, that's an 18. This is gonna sound really weird. He's gonna sniff the tree.
Well, you don't need to sniff the tree as they kind of perusal around. You can see that they're like in the trunk of the tree, fairly well hidden by moss and lichen, looks to be a door.
Huh. Does it open?
You can go ahead and try.
Raya tries to open the door.
Right, you push against the door, and it pushes open. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
You have zero, like, nobody else to blame but yourself for everything that happens here.
To be fair, I still get advantages on these, so I'm glad. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you don't immediately go tumbling down what looks to be a slide that is like you push open the door and you're able to catch your balance as you see that there looks to be down and down into the hard street, just going down into the earth what looks to be like a slide, and you hear the very bottom of it what sounds like the peal of laughter and a very faint moroseful
Raya just gonna take a deep breath. It's like, here we go, Geronimo, and just hold out the O while he's going down the slide.
Or you just go, whoop, and it is, you suddenly just start rocking down the slide. It's a smooth slide, almost like lacquered finish, and just starts zooming. Terrace and Elegant, the two of you are riding up as you see Raya disappear within this small trunk of a birch tree down a hole that looks to be about 3 feet wide.
After you, dear.
No. Not like this. No.
This is where you draw the line?
Yes.
Hey, I love the just no. Well, would you like
I'm
to
not
stay here
doing
and watch
this.
my horse then?
Alone?
Well, Raya was most likely going to need backup.
We go at the same time. I want
Very well.
it to be known that fuck this.
Terrace is going to hitch the horse to the tree.
Alright.
And is going to sit in...
Allegan just whispers it, you are the lucky one.
She will go down the slide with Allegan.
Alright, is Allegan running in front or is Allegan running behind?
That's what I want to know.
So I can hug my very strong wife.
Alright, fair enough. So Allegan is running behind.
I am keeping my eye out as we are going down.
Alright.
You know when like you half open like a bottle of like a carbonated beverage and it's that almost like inaudible like whistling scree sound?
That fate.
Yeah, that's Allegan right now.
Fair enough. As the two of you suddenly go down into this birch tree tunnel, you go whoop, and very rapidly begin picking speed. For Raya, this slide descends what feels like 100, 200 feet around and around and around and around and around, going faster and faster as you're slipping and sliding before you kind of come down to this lacquered wood finished base of a tree and trunk that opens up into a room that is probably like 30 or 40 feet in diameter wide of the dome roof at this point in time. And you see Tannerell at this point in time is just kind of like slowly like lying on the floor, just like eyes, just doing almost that whole cartoonish like I'm dizzy look at this point in time.
Okay, question. Is the slide a smooth finish from the slide to the floor?
Yes.
You know what I have to do now?
Tumble roll. Barrel roll.
Break dance roll.
So you come tumbling out with a heavy like arm up in the air, head and like head put up by the other arm at this point in time with a slow slide and say, go make a performance check for me, please.
Yes, sir. All right.
I will give you advantage because you've probably practiced this a number of times.
Let's go for that 20. Okay, that's okay. So that is still going to be a 24 performance check.
A 24 performance check with a sudden slide out onto the lacquered wooden floor. There's just this moment of like just passing on through, and you look up for a moment and around, and you see that in the air there's probably about a good 30 or 40 different colored lights, which very quickly kind of coalesce into small pixie-ish, sprite-ish forms that are looking down at you for a second as you've come sliding in with Tannerell. And there's this sudden just cheer of glee and laughter and applause towards you.
Raya kind of gets up, he goes over to Tannerel and just kind of pets him. It's like, did I win?
They'll give you like a laughing cheer at this point in time, and then point towards off to one side where you can see that there's another door that is just slowly kind of swinging closed with heavy bonk, 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 bonk. At which point in time you would hear this faint, slowly whistling shriek of Allegan as Allegan and the terrace come down the slide.
Ateris is actually
Right.
grinning wildly.
Raya's going to move him and Tannerel to the side so they are sliding through.
All right, so the two of you finally come down the slide with a heavy shoo onto the floor itself. As you look up and see Raya kind of there, like holding Tannerel at this point in time, and to the laughter and delight of pixies and sprites.
Right, where to next?
Raya just nods over to the door, and he goes ahead and walks over.
And
Right.
Terrace will jump up, offer Allegan a hand.
He will gratefully take it. He looks vaguely sick. But he's trying his best.
She's not going to let go of his hand as she runs off through the door after
No.
All right.
the others.
As you'll chase after Raya and Tannerel at this point, who dart through the door, like holding on to Allegan's hands, who's like, no. You open up into the door and find yourself exiting out into this into the forest once more, like that same kind of drip staccato rhythm, like through the trees. Now a little bit heavier, now a more like rhythmic beat as it's moving on, and the sound of that fiddle playing is much louder now as you're making your way through the forest. Can I have everybody go ahead and make perception checks, please?
That's
Please
cocked.
be better than 5.
What is this?
13.
26.
25.
Mm-hmm. A terrace, you and Raya basically find another similar, what it looks to be at this point in time, trail this time, but that looks actual footprints running through now, kind of this muddy, mossy forest floor as they kind of like almost like slowly springing back up, and there's a kind of a peal of laughter as the chase continues at this time through the forest, and you all take off after at this point in time faster and faster, and there's this almost jubilation that kind of runs through the air for all of you at this point in time. At which point, I do need you all to make dexterity saving throws as going through one hedge, there's a sudden dip into a valley floor. You can see that there's almost looks to be a slight mudslide where somebody has kind of like traveled on down it and then run down the side of a ravine.
26.
And you can see in the
27.
distance the 27, 26.
What is this with us?
We're
Natural
dexterous
one.
fucks.
Natural 1. Oh,
Is-
poor Allegan.
I'm
Is
having a
there
bad
anything I
time,
could
and
do
I
to
wanna
help
go home.
Allegan? Considering I'm holding Allegan's hand.
Sure, I'll let you give Allegan an advantage at this point in time because you rolled over a 25.
Okay, that's significantly better. 17.
17. All right, you're all able to keep your footing sliding down this side of a hill into the ravine itself and along the river, like the edge of a creek bed. Now, like, you can see the form of that individual disappearing into the distance. It looks to be, as you're chasing on after them, they disappear over one final hedge. You could hear the breath panting from them at this point in time. While for all of you, like that same hard breath, I need you all to go ahead and make athletics checks for me, please.
Oh, something my wizard's so good at, Ursa.
Yep.
It's okay. I'm not that good of it. I say as I roll a 19, as I get a 19.
Ateris, there's nothing you can do to save me from this.
25.
3.
3.
Use a boon.
I don't think a
What?
boon will help.
It's better than a
what? I have a
fucking.
+0.
All
I
right.
didn't want to go on this ride, and now I'm on Splash Mountain.
Yeah, you're on Splash Mountain. As a Terrace and Raya scramble up the hill, like at this point in time, Allegan, your hand at this point in time slips a little bit from a Terrace's grasp, and you're suddenly pawing at moss and earth and mud, and it's just suddenly with a heavy flop, you land on the side of this like this hillside and just go feel yourself down to the bottom of the creek below. While for a Terrace and Rye, the two of you now kind of crest over this hill and see that there's this heavy hedge once more, and the fiddle playing is quite loud here. What do you do for your friend?
Terrace, you should
He
probably
hurt to
go
die.
get your husband.
Go get your man.
Keep going. I'll catch up.
All right. And Raya goes ahead and goes through. I'm pretty sure that Tannerel's still with him.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Then, as for you and Tannerel, dash through this through this undergrowth once more, twisting and turning through. It looks to be almost like a rabbit warren at this point in time. The roots down through this more smaller the cave grotto area. You can hear the panting of this individual in front of from this hard running. I need you and Tannerel to go ahead and make athletics checks, please.
Okay. Okay. I did not.
21 again?
I did not mess with these. No, I did not get a 21.
21.
I know. I did not. No, I got a I got a 19.
19. All right. For you and for Tannerel at this point in time, you would just be able to see this last individual that kind of looks to be like kind of pulling these roots out of the way, like to a golden glow beyond, as you basically land into him at this point in time and spill out into what looks to be almost like at the edge of a small lake, probably closer to a pond, where you could set up to the side. Looks to be a number of different tables set with food and drinks and spices, and there are all sorts of individuals having a grandiose wide feast. And as you land on top of this individual, the music comes to a sudden clash and stop, before everyone bursts into laughter at these individuals, and one cries out, "Oh, sorry, Tuck, he got you!"
Raya gets up and what's up, Tanner? And I'm pretty sure that was the sprite that he barreled over. He picks them up and just brushes them off, just make sure they're okay.
They are indeed fine, but they kind of get up. So they stick their tongue and say, "Fine, good game. I lost." He extends out a hand towards you, and
Quick. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Marvelous distracting me. It would only is like the hand was offered to me, so it's only polite that I shake back. It's like, well, it was like, well played game.
and you would hear a cheer of cries of laughter and excitement, and the music resumes at this point of time where you could definitely tell, looking around, that there are a number of different individuals, primarily men, or young men, but also young teenage girls, and as well as kind of various forms in between. You see a couple satyrs, sprites, pixies, fae of various different shapes and sorts and sizes. A number of humans as well, in and around, and all feasting at them. But many of them are probably that young adult kind of age group. At which point in time, Ateris and Allegan have made their way through the front of that worn undergrowth at this point in time. Allegan looking a little bit worse for the wear, but at which point they kind of come in and there's another like kind of a hoots and hollering at the state of everybody at this point in time before drinks and food are pressed into all your hands and you're asked to come sit a game well played and well made. Please sit, drink with us. You are our guests for this evening.
Ryan would look
Absolutely
over
not.
at a Terrace. Ryan would look over at Terrace and Allegan, just like a fuck. What do I do?
Hard fucking no.
Is this drink and food offered in Fey rules or material plane?
The material, we are not in the Fae here. We are betwixt such places and betwixt such rules. We do not find that they apply to us nearly as often as many folks think they would. Oko has been kind enough to open his home to us, and so we do not disrespect his rules. And he says all are welcome here, and none shall be tricked unless they so ask for it first.
Where is Oko? I'm curious as to how he managed to get a bounty on his head.
I would not be surprised if he's the one playing.
Terrace is going to have a drink.
Terra's going to have a drink. For about around, he comes and goes as pleases. It is his realm, it is it not? And as such, we are guests here and abide by his rules. Be
So
kind, play games, live, laugh, have fun.
So what did he do to get a bounty on his head then?
You see that there are all sorts of grins and faces that are kind of intertwined between the different individuals. Like, why? What do you think? We took things that did not belong to others, and when they made a claim that they belonged to them.
This is a real fucking Robin Hood men in tights situation.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you say that, my mind immediately goes to that picture. You're like, wait, I lost a game of hide and seek? Let me look at the script. Just...
Exactly, right?
Okay. But seeing...
Wait, the script says Robin gets another shot.
Okay. But seeing a Terrace take a drink, Raya decides that it's safe enough, so he will take a drink as well.
All right. It tastes very much so of mulberry and spices. It's mead. It's definitely not. It's not a fine wine. It's not a drinking ale. It's definitely a over fermented fruit juice.
All right.
But there is, from what you can tell here, that this is an area of laughter and lightheartedness and playfulness that is definitely. Terrace, you've had many different interactions with the Fae, and that this feels like someone or like a being or entity that is probably part of the Spring Court in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
And not you would know that that Spring is usually very lighthearted, like in that sense, but can definitely have its darker sides and pieces. But definitely the thing that catches your eye the most is that nobody here is an adult. Like young men, young women, even probably the satyrs and pixies and other phage creatures are on the younger side.
And what brings the youth of many realms together in such a place?
you can see that there's a number of different kind of cross mixed faces, and one raises their
find-
hand and
You'll find no judgment.
Go-
Simply curious.
one raises their drink and says, like, I was well, to a king for a faraway land used me, and this is a satyr speaking. King in a faraway land used me as a sporting sheep for anything else. I was to be the target of a hunt, and Oko was kind enough in order to spirit me away and to prevent me from being a new head mounted on a wall. Another individual, this looks to be like probably a brother and sister. Uh, we worked on our uncle's farm and to the bone, basically, until he said that we weren't good enough and tried to pawn us off. Oko came and said that payments come due and that he was there to collect, and collected us and told us we were free. Another one pipes up, and as you kind of go through, each of them has some form of story in where there was either like a payment or a debt or something for them that was being cruel and unjust, that was being done to them, and Oko in some way, shape, or form stole them or spirited them away.
It's out of the kindness of his heart, yes.
Can I roll insight? Can I roll insight real quick? The one thing I just want to, I guess the one thing I just wanted to parse is that there's like the crimes that they listed for Oko are gross. Is like what is the word I'm looking for? Not grossly exaggerated.
Misrepresented.
Yes, thank you.
Make an insight check.
It would not surprise me that a bounty has been
18.
put on.
18. You probably get the idea that, especially with how close the owl hold is to Emrys, that, and especially for those individuals that you had met, that you had encountered, were disciples or cultists of Tiamat in some way, shape, or form, that having any of what they considered their property taken, stolen, removed from their grasp in any way, shape, or form was a personal affront to them. So hence for them at this point in time, they very much so considered it a facet that this was an individual that had crossed all the wrong lines, but the best way in order to, of course, get their sweet revenge on him would be to take him alive in some way, shape, or form, and to do cruel and unspeakable things to him.
Riot just kind of just looks at his meat in the glass and just like, well, I guess it's a shame that we ended up getting lost for a little bit, rested, and just went back on a merry way. Isn't that right, Ateris?
Atera sort of looks at them all. And are you free to leave as you wish?
They all nod their heads. Oka says, for as long as we stay here, we do not age and we do not grow old, and are free to enjoy our youth for as long as we remain. But if we wish to become tired of this, or want for more, that we are not bound to be held here for any reason or sort, so long as we swear to not reveal its location or his whereabouts.
I think Ateris would nod at that. The Fae are many things, tricksters and the like. But, like many creatures, a word given is very often an unbreakable one. Very well.
Spoken like one who knows what they are talking about.
That's a new voice, isn't it?
And it's indeed a new voice, which, when this voice comes through the camp itself, everything pauses for a moment before, and you can see moving through the underbrush a large stag over one shoulder, looks to be a hunting spear in their other, is an individual who is very much so in kind of the picture that you see: broad chest, raven feather cloak, an antler with a wide brimmed hat with a kind of a crown of horns, and antlers adorning it, a number of different skinning and huntsman's tools, implements around him. Looks to be a belt of interwoven oak leaves and branches, and a kind of a wide, cocksure smile across their face. And what, pray tell, are these new guests that we have among us? Have we all been playing games, have we? And there's a peal of laughter that comes on through. No, Oko, we would never do such a thing. We wouldn't want to get caught now, would we? No, Oko, we would never do such a thing.
Our
almost like
curiosity
kind of this-
simply got too out of hand for us.
Well, then for however long as you choose to stay, you are my guest so long as you swear to not do any harm to those that are here already.
Of course.
Although, and he looks over at Algan, it appears you may have done a little bit more harm to yourselves than, well, to those amongst us.
Things got a little rowdy.
Not to laugh.
I think Ateris actually holds
Understandable.
out her hand towards Oko.
He walks over and lays the stag down on the ground and takes her hand and bows his head over it and doesn't kiss the back of her hand, but like kind of brushes his nose across it.
A fellow hunter?
Huntress, I am sorry to have dusted up your chosen.
That's okay.
They are. It is a fine ring, after all.
I think Ryan would go. Oh, no, you first.
Go ahead.
You first, because I want to hear this.
I am simply glad that we had the chance to actually speak.
Of course, I would not be one to keep guests waiting, and when there is a very fine, interesting beast walking amongst my lands, and he waves a finger and being led through the underbrush by what appears to be another fairy. This one a little bit taller, a little more narrow-minded. This one looks very serious by comparison to everyone else. Is your horse?
Ah. Why, thank you.
It certainly bears interesting marks, and I do again apologize if my ragtag bunch has caused a fair amount of uncomfortableness to your compatriot. Might I have the pleasure of knowing a name by which I may address you? As he turns towards Algan.
You just make
Dave.
a walk there.
Then the doctor, you shall be known as. Might we clean you up a little bit?
I think I can take care of it, and he'll snap and presto the worst of it off.
If you so choose, we do have a fine lake that is perfectly suitable for bathing, but I understand. As far as I can tell, a game has been won amongst the midst here, so the rules apply. You are guest for here so long, however so long you choose to stay. And your compatriots, or shall I be known for them as Huntress, Doctor, and and then Cloaked One, I presume?
No. Nothing nearly as fancy.
But those were some very fine tricks I heard tale of. Down the slide and across to the trees and sliding amongst the floor. You made yourself quite well known.
Oh, I would guess go with the name, and Raya takes off his mask. He pauses and he thinks about it for a moment.
You pick off the mask and you see, as you kind of reach up and like kind of pull it away, that Oko for just a moment recoils slightly at it and then calms down.
He sees him recoil, and he immediately just puts the mask away, and it's like, Twilight.
You said you wanted something
Curious.
less fancy.
Well, Twilight is to be
Yeah,
found
another
amongst all Fae, as it were. So perhaps it suits you best within this moment. A twilight of hours, a twilight of days, twilight of memory and time, perhaps. As our meeting may be fleeting, but a greeting remains all the same. Huntress, Twilight, and Doctor, welcome to my fair domain. I am Oko,
This is a pleasure.
and as these are my wildlings, and where there's a raucous, uproarious cheer to that.
I've heard many a tale of your wildlings. It is a pleasure to see them in the flesh. And it
Troublemakers
is-
and scoundrels, the lot of them.
It is refreshing to hear an accurate description of what is actually happening here.
Oh, to be certain. He kind of looks you all over. As recently from a nearby city?
Emrys, where we took care of some...
You see his nose wrinkle at the name.
we took care of the problems in power.
You don't say. Oh, that's quite an interesting story, and perhaps one we would love to hear told over this evening. You are more than welcome to join us for food and drink.
Can Terrace roll one last insight roll on Oko?
Sure.
Just trying to get a vibe check on him.
Mhm.
Insight is +8. That is a 26.
Okay. Do you want to use a boon or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a boon as well.
That is a very charged ask. What the hell?
29.
29. Okay. That's very good. I would say with that insight that you can tell that this is probably a Eladrin noble. Probably, definitely from the Spring Court in some way, shape, or form.
Curiosity, would you pass that information off to Allegan?
I think a Terrace would speak in Sylvan. My partner is.
Oh, hold on. I have more things as well along with this then for the insight.
Do tell.
So you're fairly certain that he is an larger noble, that he is most very likely from the Spring Court, which probably means that you are, if not in the Feywild, at least Feywild adjacent, which probably means that if he has significant enough sway over this area to prevent individuals from aging, that he's, if not an archfey, at least somewhere in that same, or at least close enough to that ranking to be a high noble amongst the courts. But it's also very strange that if he's here, he's probably an outcast amongst the courts. Because otherwise, why would someone be here and not in amongst the high courts of the Feywild itself?
Yeah.
I would also say with that is that as much levity and brightness that marks his steps and his demeanor, that there is certainly that even from what he said is before, is that he, from small words that he said, that he is very observant. He is very aware of things that go on in his domain and realm, and that he is very likely an individual that, like yourself, is a hunter, is someone who can be lighthearted and brevity and things like, but also knows how to be a killer when necessary.
Yeah. Well then.
But I would say also that he does genuinely seem to care about maintaining a good mood and good atmosphere to his wildlings. It's strange. It almost like it's like looking at an orphan caretaker.
Yeah.
But one who actually fully cares.
Ateris will sort of speak to him in Sylvan. My partner is wary of Fae and the like. They do not mean any ill will, so we may not stay for the evening, but it is a pleasure to meet you and to hear the truths of the matter.
He gives a slight nod to his head and replies in Sylvan, "Well, the offer remains for however long as you here. If you wish to re-enter my domain, such a similar game would have to be played in order to guarantee safe passage. There are rules that are set in place that are abided."
Of course. And, as rule taker, or rule maker of this land, what are your rules on hunting?
Hunting is free and fit for all who can catch whatever is here. There are more than its fair share of beasts that find their way betwixt and in strange, interesting places. This was, at least some part of it, gnomish in its adaptiveness, and there are still strange pockets of interesting magic that cause some havoc from time to time.
And she nods. She'll return a
I'm
comment
curious.
at this. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm curious. Are you and yours available for work?
We are. We are making our way north. We have a quarry we are hunting, but if it is something small, perhaps.
It would perhaps not be more than a day or so, if less of your time. There is... Well, each drink and we will discuss if you may speak with your compatriots, but there's a small problem that I personally cannot handle, and due to my own rules that I must abide, and I would not ask any of my wildlings to attempt.
Terrace would
It
nod.
would need someone of more learned capabilities.
We'll discuss it. Thank you
Good.
for your hospitality.
Of course.
I think a terrace will return to common and sort of pull Allegan to the side. Raya too, even though she knows Raya would have understood that conversation.
Allegan is at least 15 feet away from any person at any point in time, and if they come up to him, he will pretend he cannot hear them until they go away.
Allegan,
You overstimulated husband.
this man is a caretaker. He saves...
Stolen children?
Not stolen.
You can't
Well,
really steal
stolen in a
orphans.
sense. But would you... Allegan, would you prefer someone take Aloe away from a terrible space, or leave her there? Were she to find herself in that?
Out of curiosity, how much of the conversation did y'all have was in Sylvan to like English or like common?
The only thing that when he did like actually come up to all of you, he was speaking in common. The only thing that was actually in direct Sylvan at this point in time now was in that last chunk of conversation.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know if Allegan had heard that these kids had been like freed or not.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
he
no.
said that like he.
That was specifically
Never
said.
mind. Annex what he
Yeah.
previously said. I thought that had been in Sylvan.
No, like the only thing that he'd spoken in Sylvan was when he when a terrorist was like asking him in Sylvan, because when he entered he was speaking in common. My apologies, I didn't make that
Okay.
clear.
Oh, good.
This man is a caretaker. Very clearly.
Yes, but
He's also one of his own. She's trying to think of a way to say it. He's like us. He's not... Much like you are looked upon differently by those within the school, and I am looked upon differently because of what I am. And Raya is... well, the rambunctious Raya that he is. He is much the same. He's
I'm not
not...
saying that we're going to come in, but what exactly do you want, and when are we leaving?
He has offered us a job.
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Hold
This
up.
is something that he cannot do because of his own rules. He's bound by his word. And Allegan, you know I have a good sense of people.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes includes you, you know?
I am a terrible person. The fact that she agreed to marry me is honestly either delusion or miracle.
So you really don't have any room to talk right now. Besides, worst comes to worst, it's like, worst comes to worst, we can always say no. So, let's at least hear what it is that they're asking us to do.
My other
But if he
thing
ends up
is... if he is a caretaker, if he is a retriever of those who are lost and offers them the freedom that they have been given. Perhaps this is another avenue of finding lost children.
Oh,
Allegan just inhales
oh,
and closes his eyes wide.
I cannot guarantee he would help, but this, regardless of what he is a good man from what we can tell. It may be worth exploring.
Stretch, but yes, I agree. Though I do not want us to trade away too much just for the opportunity to see them again.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, any noble who has stepped away from a court is worth some grain of salt.
Question is, why did he step away?
Knowing what I've learned about the Fey courts and their behaviors not being too dissimilar from Drow, if this is the life he has chosen, then that would not have settled well with the court itself.
Yes, but it does not keep us from being eaten or worse.
Hey,
No,
I'm pretty sure
being
they don't
eaten or
eat-
worse would only happen were we to harm him or his. Do you intend to do that?
Not unless he does it to us first.
How about no?
Then we are safe.
I need... No, but can we circle around real quick? What do you mean eat?
Some Fae eat people.
Yes.
Ye-
My mother has
Yes!
told me very many stories about the Fae, and
It's generally
I'm concerned,
hags and
Ryan, make
what?
a perception check.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What does a 13 get me?
Alec has not eaten or drinking anything for a fucking reason.
Damn. Most of the food looks like pretty much fine. In terms of like for all different like stag meat,
Fingers,
berries,
food,
fruits,
awful fingers.
breads, honey, meads, and other drinks at the point in time. It's can't quite tell. You can't quite get a good look at the most of the teeth of individuals, but they definitely have a healthy appetites.
Regardless, I do think this is an avenue we should explore. And we need all the allies we can get right now.
Fine. But if this goes sideways,
You can blame me. I understand that.
no, I will blame Raya because he is the reason we got in this mess in the first place.
Oh, I'm used to it.
The food is
So,
safe to eat.
No.
She will say as she pops another piece of food into her mouth.
Right, it's like Raya, go ahead and eats and just eat something as well. Just like suit yourself.
This whole Allegan dying on the hill that he refuses to interact with the Fae is so funny to me.
You have to understand this is something I accidentally, like, no, not intentionally for this situation, but I built into his character, like, from the beginning, that his mom scared the shit out of him with, like,
Yeah.
the real grim fairy tales, and he's like, they're gonna eat me, they're gonna fatten me up, they're gonna eat me, they're gonna eat my wife.
It's
You're gonna
just
eat my
so funny
friend?
to me.
Okay,
Right.
first off, Allegan, bold of you to assume that you would taste good if you were cooked.
I beg to
I'm
differ.
filled with magic
Uh,
and a bit pretty
Yeah,
possibilities.
exactly.
Magic is the spice of life.
Ateris is gonna go sit with him and discuss the job.
All right. Well, then we will take a quick break here. So we'll do about 5 minutes so people can go pee and things like that. And then when we come back, we will discuss the job and there will be the evening at Sweetwater Oko's camp.
Hell yeah.
Allegan is practically vibrating with like over like analysis of his environment.
You in a fight, right?
What? Why did you start it like that? Why did you...
Yeah, that's accurate.
Very much so. All right. Hello, everybody. We are back, and where the group is now getting together and discussing if having a evening of drink and food, or while Alligan eats stale
Yeah.
crackers from their bag.
Yep.
Um,
Delicious stale crackers that aren't
delicious
filled
stale
with evil.
crackers that aren't filled with evil in one way, shape, or form.
They're
And at this
crackers
point in time,
full of
then
joy.
you're
Wait,
well.
no, wait. What? I didn't mean to like that shit.
While you. But at this point in time, you are having a pleasant evening. At this point in time, as you go over and sit and speak with Sweetwater Oko. When he kind of leads off a slight way away at this point in time, he sits down on the table and says, "Please eat, drink. You are free. The food and drink is fine, well, so long as you are kind to me and my compatriots while you are here. But I do wish then to speak of a unfortunate circumstance for those here within the midst.
How
I
can we
am
help?
as a well, you can help us because you are outsiders in a sense. I am, and certainly at least appear to be well armed and able-bodied enough in order to be able to deal with various threats. Is this true?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Nearby, there is an old, abandoned, now overgrown, gnomish village. What point? Small hutches and the like. And a coven of hags have taken up residence there.
Oh.
They have not. They have abided by all rules of hospitality to me and mine while here, and as such, I am abided by the laws of host to continue to play host to them, so long as they remain, and so long as they do not break any of the rules that I have set within this realm, perchance in the. But the issue here is that they have bewitched a nearby spring to transform those that drink from it, into animals.
How many of your people have been turned into animals?
A few have been turned into animals before I was able to dissuade the rest from that particular spring.
Being your land,
But
this would
but
bring attention to you, though, rather than them.
correct. And as such, then those that go missing would bring attention towards me and to mine, and they have made it in such a way that I cannot break the rules of host to disrupt
Because-
them from their magic.
Because
And
technically, they are not harming people as much as people are putting themselves in danger. And you did not
correct.
specify that they could not do that.
Such is the way of, and I needed to be reminded for myself to be more careful in structuring the rules of the domains, which I am free to do so once they are no longer a significant enough entity within my realm to cause such a stir. But so long as they remain, I cannot affect the laws that I have made for this domain, as they are bound by the current ones and have enough influence as a coven amongst themselves to put up enough of a distasteful echo through the Fae that it would draw much fair unwanted attention on my side.
Do you
Well,
want this to be subtle or do you want this to be loud?
Well, I cannot certainly take offense at or take action against such individuals at this time. I can also certainly delay my response in if ever such unfortunate circumstance was to befall them.
Raya looks over at a terrace and Al again, and he kind of with the makes a symbol with the with that accelerator. Y'all specifically remember it's the same thing he does when he sets off the G12. And
yeah.
he's like,
I'm guessing Allegan is just like, I don't want to fight Faye. But Ateris has the look of a hunter.
How can we guarantee that we're not just going to get in the middle of a pissing contest between the both of you?
Well, if you remove them, then there will only be me.
It's very hard to permanently kill a Fae.
Not as
Failing
such.
a
Fae do not obey the rules such as demons and devils do. They do not reform within the Feywild.
But the chance of them escaping and coming after us later are non-zero.
I'm sure a huntress of such skills as that you have amongst you would be able to lay such a snare that would capture a individual if they ran amok.
And as long as we remove their heads, hags will not be reborn.
okay, so Sorry. And it's like, so what can you tell us about them?
They are a trio of green hags. As far as I know at this point in time, it is a grandmother, and well, not a grandmother. Excuse me. It's a because she's not fully grown. It is an auntie and two daughters.
Very well.
Which you would know a terrace is like it's usually grandmother, then mother / auntie, and then daughters.
Unusual
in terms
structure.
of like, ranking. Perhaps, but as far as I am aware, the daughters are more at the age of where they are becoming aunties themselves, and they are more closer to be on the precipice of things, which is I can certainly understand why, as they perhaps chose to be very close to the nearby cities of Obel and Emrys, in that there's an possibility of many a plucking of younglings to strengthen their coven.
Indeed. And with everything being up in the air regarding Emerus's power right now, that's even more prime of a target.
It would certainly be a exceedingly interesting opportunity for them to be able to take a gamble at such a place when there are so many individuals that could perhaps either be in transit or get lost amongst the way simply because of how many of what the current happening is over there.
Exactly. Very well. Any other points of interest we should know ahead of time?
As I told you, I'm aware, they reside within a old abandoned gnomish village. It is a small hamlet that has a few buildings amongst it. They have taken up residence within the largest borough there, and as far as I'm aware, have certainly worked their magic on some of its older clockwork automatons to make them work as a slight defense, but the mechanics are usually enough of tend to gum up in dealing with fey magic as it is, and so they would perhaps offer some defense, but perhaps not as sturdy as they would be under a skilled craftsman's hands.
All right.
Upon doing this, I would certainly be able to help speed your travels in a particular direction, or if you also like, I can. He looks at Raya again. Your compatriot has a mask that I could certainly look into and perhaps instill a piece of court magic into if he was interested.
Oh. Oh.
It's a fine boon.
Indeed.
Elegance vibrations continue.
I am certainly aware that many adventurers don't work for free, and they would not. I would be understanding certainly in that a appropriate reward would be in place for undertaking this task.
There is a question I would perhaps ask in return for this. Amongst your other offerings, it's an exchange of information if possible.
Then to say this is a question. Your reward shall be one question asked and answered fully and truthfully to the extent of my knowledge.
Perfect.
And then to Raya, he looks, if you so wish it, I may offer a piece of magic to instill into your mask. Or perhaps something else.
No, that is actually perfect right there.
You slip about. And would you care for anything that I would have to offer, or would you be more glad to be just rid of me?
An answer, if it conveniences you.
Then also a question asked and answered. Truly, truthfully and fully to the extent of my knowledge.
Very well.
I do not care for whatever the coven may have within their own abode. I only care for the safety of the individuals that have been transformed due to their magic.
Most spells caused by hags are reversed upon their demise. Do you think that
Quite.
will be the case here as well?
Certainly, so long as it is the removal of the entire coven. If one remains, then it will not
Magic
break.
holds. Yes. Very well. I'm down to hunt some hags.
Now, I'm down to make a spectacle.
Excellent. I look forward to this. Eat, drink. You may rest here peacefully this evening. No harm shall come to you while you are here within the Wildlings Grove.
We have 2 more horses and a carriage that we stowed away before following the path. I would like to see that it is safe.
Shall we fetch them for you, or would you prefer to leave them as where they are and ensure that they are well taken care of?
I'd appreciate if they were here. I don't want some other brigand coming across them. We've had a history with kobolds. Ateris will sort of look at Allegan.
How curious.
Allegan just sours further.
We don't want our
He
coffee
gives a light.
making being stolen once more.
You at the word coffee, you see about a trio of pixies, like heads, just chunk, look towards all of you. Not for you. We will, at your request, we shall go and retrieve your carriage and horses. They shall be here within a half hour or so. You came further afield than you think. He
Such
waves a finger
things do
and
not surprise me with Fae.
he gives a light grin and waves a finger, and two fairies, including that tall, like thinner, more intense-looking individual, depart off and disappear into the underbrush. Please, as I said, your belongings will be here within a half hour or so. But eat, drink, make merry. You are safe within the Wildlings Grove. You are welcome guests, and well, at least to your compatriots, I can certainly understand not wanting to be extenuating circumstances or continued ne'er-do-wells, but we all have hearts of gold here.
Ateris will give a polite nod.
He gives you a polite nod back. Then, now, if you will excuse me, I must ensure that all continued preparations are made, and to ensure that that no one is getting into trouble. Tuck, I see you've already caused enough ruckus for one day.
Ateris
You
will
see, he gets up and then kind of heads off into the crowd of laughing young adults.
Oh. So it's like, so Doc, how does it feel to go down the worn down path? Well, the not worn down path, I guess.
I can hear the sound of my mother screaming into my ear about how stupid I am.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. Did you learn most of what you did from the from the fairy tales?
You mean from my mother and her very true stories about what happens to idiot children who make deals with things they don't understand? Yes.
You know, that explains a lot.
She meant well.
No. She does, right? Nork just kind of said if I mess up, I might not leave with all my body parts. So I either be entertaining, or I be clever, or be insanely lucky. How do you think I did on any of those?
Well, I don't
Three
see
out
any
of 10.
missing parts anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
apart from that, and she will like poke at the ear that has the chunk taken out of it.
yeah, but that was different.
The missing memories are still present.
Oh no, that was drowning.
That you know of.
Raya doesn't. It was like, you just see a small twitch when Allegan says that you know of. Ryan knows that there's something more going on, but he's not saying anything else.
Regardless, as
Alright.
pleasurable as talking about stories told by parents is, we should prepare for our hunt.
Yep, I'm going. Yep.
Gonna
All right.
change the topic.
Probably. Gotcha. Well, so for all of you at this point in time, probably about 20, 30 minutes later, your carriage and the two horses arrive, being led by those two fairies at this point, who, with all your stuff intact, the box is well kept, none of it's changed or missing.
Okay.
But the evening is, at this point in time, all of yours. And you are able to get a long rest here without complication.
Sweet. Because we don't have to do watch either.
Well,
that frees us
actually-
up a little bit.
Actually, I do waste. I would do a whole lot of questions like, does Elegant get a good night's sleep here?
If we are not taking watch, he will not sleep. So we either take watch or Allegan takes
Okay.
a point of exhaustion.
All right. Fine.
Terrace will
Fine.
take watch in
watch.
that case then.
I'm just telling you how it is.
Terrace will keep
Right.
watch and she will make sure that Allegan is in arm's reach of her should he need her.
You know, it's so funny that this is what is like. This is what does it for him, and yet now he's a paladin of Dave.
Its name is not Dave.
Oh, wait until we get to the Lindworm.
Oh yeah. I can't wait
He's
for
gonna
that.
throw up, cry, and pass out.
I think in Ateris's downtime, she's going to check over her horse, particularly because there was comments about its unique markings. And then during her watch, she's going to read more of that book.
Make a You know your horse pretty well. Go ahead and make a wisdom-based investigation check.
What an insane sentence, by the way. You know your horse pretty well.
Wisdom-based investigation. Which is going to make it a 19.
A 19. It's a horse.
Okay.
It's a nice horse, but it's a horse.
Okay. The fact that the music changed just at that point.
I like it. You're out of 10.
She's like staring at this horse, like hand on each side of its head, just kind of staring at this thing.
I feel like there's probably at this point in time, like one of the young adults like kind of comes up to you and saying, "What are you doing?"
Thinking.
Okay.
Do you see anything unusual about this horse?
Let's see who actually came up to.
You watch, it turns out to be an awakened horse or something. Secretly
You
being
bought
able to
this horse-
talk.
You bought this horse in Dapplegate, right?
Yep.
Yes. Bought this
Aw,
horse in
please tell me this
Dapplegate
isn't
from.
like a fucking transformed person. And we find out the hag's been in the loop the whole time.
No. Yeah, so you bought this horse in Dapplegate from. Okay, yes, from them. You see, like the kid and like the young adult at this point in time kind of lean close, They are human at this point in time, so they kind of like look lean close, peer at it, sniff it, kind of lick the side of it. It's a horse.
Oko said something curious about it, and I don't know, maybe Allegan's paranoia is just rubbing off on me.
I want to cast detect magic on the horse.
Oh, you.
Do you bring this? Do you bring this up? Does the terrorist bring this up to you, or do you just cast detect magic in general?
You're overhearing the
No.
conversation. I mean,
I'm
Terrace isn't
hyper-
being secretive about it.
I am hyper aware of my surroundings in a way that makes me twitchy. I'm casting
You're-
detect magic on that horse as soon as I overhear them. There might be something weird with that horse.
Okay. Hold on a second here, real quick.
Grabs both
I-
side of your face. What's going on, DM?
Well, so the casting detect magic, there's a lot of color in this
Everything
whole area
lights up
around
in the room.
because it's Fey again. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. You can definitely tell there's a lot of illusion, there's conjuration, there's some evocation magic. There's like kind of a whole blend of magic mixed into everything. The horse. Make sure I have this right.
The fuck is wrong with this horse? I'm
The horse
so
you're
paranoid about the horse.
check this real quick. There it is. Yeah.
I feel like
there
this is
is
making me more anxious than anything.
There is the telltale sign of illusion magic on the horse.
Illusion?
Yep.
And you didn't say delusion, right?
Yep, illusion.
Okay.
Are you telling a terrorist this?
I'm casting Dispel a magic immediately on that horse.
Oh, this is.
You cast a spell of magic on the horse,
Yes.
and you watch as the horse's coat color changes from that beautiful coloration to something a little bit less pleasant to look at.
It's just got a big dick mark on its side.
No, it definitely it looks like very much so like
You know,
very
when,
much
the
it looks like
patches
a
come together and
like
makes
it has a
big-
mixture of brown and white coloration on it, like very I don't know, it's not pinto or is it pinto maybe?
Dappled? Is it dappled or
It
is
is
it
very
patches?
it is very it's patches.
Okay,
think.
so yeah, it's pintoed. So they
Yeah, so
made the horse
just
look
look at
fancier than it
Terrace.
was.
I look
Yep,
at
they
Terrace,
did.
your horse is a lie, I'm going to bed.
Yep, they basically they sold you the D&D version of a dyed horse.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Ursa. Don't tell me that roll for its Harris to get the horse was to tell if that was its actual color pattern or not.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wow.
And Terrace is gonna look at the horse, look at the wizard retreating to bed, look back at the horse. It's okay, I still love you, my slightly less beautiful mountain. Give it a pat.
Wow.
give it an apple.
It nuzzles your hand.
Oh. At least I know it's not
That's actually
secretly a Selkie.
That, I'm not gonna lie, was my genuine concern. don't know how much in my brain was like, this horse is gonna kill my wife, and we're not gonna find out until the very end of its like devious plan that everything has to want to murder us.
Not
Nope, it was just a
everything.
died horse.
It's just the equivalent of a died chicken at a fair.
Also, I love the fact that you basically did the. I've been playing so much Kingdom Come Deliverance, and this is giving me Pebbles vibes.
Fucking
None of you get that
Pebbles.
reference. Well, Terrace does, but that's the only person.
All right. So as you all then kind of head
Wait.
off to rest and take a long
Wait.
rest.
And there's like this big lake in there, right?
It's not a big lake, but it's a decent sized pond.
Would I be able to submerge myself completely into the pond?
Yes.
Okay, so good as time as any to test out the lungs. So Raya
You're gonna
is going to
self-feed.
is like Raya is going to make sure that almost all of his clothes are discarded. Saber is unaware, and he is going to take a step or two before diving in completely. He's going to see if he has any issue underwater at all.
Right. You submerge yourself completely in water. You take that first breath at this point in time, and there's a momentary panic of just like kind of like initially just inherent fighting as you feel the water like fill your mouth, and at this point in time, just that initial panic set in because you're not used to breathing water. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay. All right. That is gonna be. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna use a boon. Where the fuck is my D6? Oh, I put it back there. Okay.
Take two, they're small.
And we have a lot, so feel free to take another.
All right, fine. I'll take one more because that was 13. Yes, because that was 13 at first. Second one. All right, 15. So I took 2 boons right there.
15. All right, you're able to kind of fight down that fear that can you find kind of building up into you at this point in time, and take another breath, and you begin to swim and find that you can breathe underwater without issue, and it's this almost calming presence of being fully submerged to the point of being able to swim freely. I do need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay. 14.
Okay. It's a pleasant experience being able to kind of like swim and enjoy being in the water itself, and this almost relaxing feeling, very familiar to like, probably a long time ago for it's this familiar sense of almost like swimming in ponds or lakes with family members or otherwise, and it's a welcome respite for once. The water's clean and pure and clear. All right, roll a d12 for me, please.
Why? Okay. All right. 9.
Okay. How long do you spend underwater?
I think it's like 5, maybe 10 minutes before he decides to resurface.
Right. resurface, and like breathe out the excess water at that point in time in your lungs, but without issue, you were able to breathe and swim for as long as you wanted.
Brian has to stop a little bit, and he just lays on the grass next to the pond right there, and he just starts think. It was like not quite giggling, just he's pretty elated right there, and he does not speak this out loud, but he's finding less and less to be afraid about the water, and he is like, and he still went into the water when he was afraid. Now, one more advantage. Does anyone else notice him doing that, or how long he's been down? He's been down there.
Terrence would
There
have
have been a
been
couple
keeping an
people who
eye, I
have kind of
think.
There's been a couple people nearby. One of them is kind of like looking at you now, kind of like wide-eyed, and like kind of looking back at the other couple other that are near them, and they're kind of looking back at you, looking back at them, and looking back at you. It's like in like surprise at their face.
Y'all act like you never seen a Taliban before. And he just prestos himself dry.
Do I notice
Alright,
anything different about him?
Well, when he's like, are you coming back? Were you with him when he was swimming, or did he come back first?
He would come back.
Raya, as you're walking back, you definitely are kind of blinking water out of your eyes, and it's kind of funny. But your field of view is wider now.
Huh?
How many eyes does this motherfucker have?
As you walk back to your nearby carriage, Ataris, you kind of look up and see Raya walk back over, and you would see coming out of the back of Raya's head what looks to be 3 eye stalks, all kind of peering and looking around.
Araya, why do you have additional eyes?
What?
You
What?
look like
And
a
you see they all kind of
beholder.
turn and focus on you.
Is there a reason why you were taking on the aspects of a beholder, or is this a thought out plan?
Whoa! What? Raya blinks and Raya goes.
Can a terrace walk over and poke one? Does it retract like a snail?
It does, and Raya, you feel actively like you just got poked in one of the eyes, but you still maintain like kind of whole vision of the nearby area. You see, and you watch as like a terrace now like comes right up, and you see like kind of almost cross-eyed 1, 2, and then you see 3, 4, 5 versions of a terrace, and she pokes one and it kind of like squids and leans back. So currently you have gained 3 additional eye stalks, and while you can let you see in all directions, and you have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
Does this last? How long does this last?
You don't know.
I'm unsure if this is a side effect of swimming in a fey pond, or if this is to do with your new lungs.
What is this?
Why are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Sky Daddy. What is this? What do I have to roll for this?
Oh, make a nature check.
Can I assist with this?
Nope. You can make your own check.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
You have no idea.
Oh god, he's gonna have to ask Allegan, and Allegan's not gonna let him hear the end of it. Oh
You
god!
say
Oh
that as
no,
if
no.
if a terrorist isn't being deliberately a little louder so Elegant hears. Nature is +6, so 24.
24. You're fairly certain that this is a side effect of swimming in Fey enchanted water.
You're taking on the
You don't know if
aspects of
if this is also partially
mollusk of
just
some kind.
whether it's like a prank or otherwise, or just because it's just a byproduct. You would know that effects like these only last at maximum a couple days.
You'll be fine in 1 to 3 business days.
Why this is just okay, alright. Okay, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is
I
perfectly
mean, at least
fine.
no one's going to
All I have-
sneak up on you.
Yeah, but okay, you know, but this
A terrorist
This
is like walking
handsome
around
face-
him.
yeah, but no, it's the it couldn't even be like extra eyes like around my other eyes right there. At the very least, I look like a hot monster. This just looks weird.
Some people are probably into it. I believe I met
Alligator.
a tiefling a while back that was into beholders.
Allegan has set up the the alarm spell border as well as the globe, and it's like in the process of like getting in jammies.
He's in his little silk pajamas, and then Allegan
Doc,
Raya is becoming a mollusk.
Doc, no, I'm not becoming a mollusk. I'm not becoming a mollusk.
I mean, you poke the eyes and they go in like a snail.
Oh my.
Let me see.
You would look over and you would see 3 eye stalks with Raya's matching eyes appearing out of the back of his head.
Looks like you're turning into a mollusk.
I hate. You know what? You know what? I hate all.
Do any of the
go to
Fae
bed.
look particularly proud of themselves? I'm really curious now.
No, none of them. Like they're just kind of like.
They look concerned. Do you think this is a side effect of you being dead?
No,
That is actually a
fortunately,
good question.
this is-
That is
I just want to
actually
say,
a very good question.
I warned both of you to not fuck around in this godforsaken place.
Oh, it's
To be fair, Doc, it was a perfect opportunity for you to figure out if I could breathe underwater. I can.
What if you had waited to literally any period of time when we weren't around Fae bullshittery?
well, I'd
We
much rather
consider
him
that as a
swim in
possibility.
this one rather than the lake that turns you into an animal.
That was a river, and honestly, there's a part of me that wishes he had. I'm going back to bed. Wake me up when it is my watch.
Sleep well.
And have fun with your extra eyes. I'm not getting rid of them.
They'll go away on their own. Maybe you can hide them under a hat.
You just see Ryan give a terrorist the dirtiest look.
You hear kind of Allegan grumble, like half asleep. If they are not gone in a week, you can talk to me again then.
Oh, he can't go to. I'm really hoping that they disappear before he gets to Dearless. He needs to not have those extra things on the back of his head. So, what's your so long rest achieved? Ateris takes first watch. Allegan can take the second. Raya takes the last.
You all settle in for a long rest.
How many more hours
And-
of reading my book do I get?
Well, that's the question. How much more do you plan to use?
I mean, she'd probably read through her watch.
Are you taking the longest watch, or are you taking one of the 2 hours?
She'll take the longest.
And so you can get another 4 hours in.
Sweet.
But then you will gain a level of exhaustion.
Oh, she'll read for 2 hours then.
Okay, you can read for the 2 hours, then you would not gain a level.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. You're woken in the morning by the sound of what sounds like a very badly played bugle. Like the whole like, but it almost sounds like someone has put like a muffled like cap over it, so it kind of comes out weird and distorted from different points of times. And there's a chorus of grumbles and groans and shut ups that comes out from around the various different grove itself. Before you can see individuals beginning to kind of stagger out and around, beginning to kind of prepare breakfast and the like. And a day is had at this point in time, which you all come to wakefulness, prepare your stuff for the day. And at this point in time, you are approached by that same kind of more intense looking fairy. And this morning said, Elko asked me to show you as to where the gnomish village is. When you're ready to go, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Thank you.
Plausible deniability for him to be away when everything goes down.
Of course.
Of course.
I appreciate it. We'll head off shortly.
Yep.
Good. You
Terrace will
see
make
they
sure
very
that-
quickly she kind of like gives you a little bit of a weird, like an intense look
Is
before
everything
turning.
okay?
Who are you asking this to?
You're not who you say
Huh.
you are.
No, I was changed in the hells. Not by my own choice. I was elven.
Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like your face.
I didn't like it for a while either. So we're both there. I appreciate your honesty.
You have too much hoof and bone in you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
Let me know when you're ready.
very well. She will gather her things a little quieter this time.
All right. Is there anything anybody would like to do this morning before you set off towards the gnomish village?
Raya's getting not the is not the banana is like the banana yellow hat. He doesn't have that anymore. He's getting some sort of hat so that he could cover his eyes while he's in the glade, wherever this place is.
Honestly, it might come in handy.
All right.
When he leaves, not right now.
Okay. All right. So, anybody else do anything, or you'll just kind of pack in your stuff up at this point?
Terrace is making sure she's got stuff ready for the hunt, but
Okay.
I'll double check that I've got all of my various spell components.
Make an investigation check.
What?
A deep-seated fear is within me, you asshole. He said it. Perception, 18.
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. That's plus 8, so 23.
Yep, it's all there.
You make me paranoid. Does Raya have all of his stuff?
Make an investigation check.
We were within the bubble, if that makes any difference.
Yep. But the carriage and the horses can't necessarily fit in the bubble.
Terrace is
0.
refusing to trust.
You're pretty sure all your stuff is there, Raya?
Yeah. I rolled a nat 1 for a 0.
All
I
right.
hate this.
All right. Then you'll gather up all your things, pack up your stuff, and are led out from the grove and headed towards a small abandoned gnomish village, which we will pick up there next time, where you encounter with the encounter of a coven of hags.
I am excited.
I hate. Still very much hate the extra eyes.
It's fine. You know they'll go away at some point.
I know they will go away. The stalks are what's killing me.
Guys, I just checked the Wi-Fi in my area, and I sent you a picture.
Oh dear.
The Wi-Fi of a killer, Bello.
What the? No!
So do you guys
I
know
hate
at the bottom, FBI surveillance fan 1?
Oh, it's FBI surveillance fan 1. That's excellent.
Oh,
This
dear.
bad boy with
Okay,
the levels.
someone's a WoW nerd with Stormwind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, everybody, this week. A whole little bit of fun shenanigans after the very intense couple of drama sessions, the last couple ones. So hopefully this one got to be a little more lighthearted with a chase through Sweetwater Oko's domain, and we'll pick up next time with an encounter of hags. Thank you all, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.
Before you go, Ronan's asking to see is asking to see the doodle.
I will
Give me
post
just
it
a moment.
I will post the doodle into my server. We are going to raid over to Blackwater D&D, who have just started up for the evening. They are playing their game Something in the Water, episode 108. Go give them some love. For those of you who follow my streams, I've got 3 massive streams this week, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's one will be on Picardo, though. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys there. I'm happy to vibe with people as I'm working. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!
Everybody, have a good night.